Hey everyone, it's Arlene. I'm here today with a video tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how I cover the tags by Graphic 45. I've received a few questions in the past. I just haven't had a chance to get a video out. And I got another question on my Facebook about how I cover my Graphic 45 Staples tags. So this one's out for Terry. Hey Terry! So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to be using Graphic 45's Couture paper today. And the supplies that you will need, of course, is design paper for covering your tag. The regular tag album, Graphic 45 also carries the large tag album, which is taller. And then a pair of scissors. I'm using my cutter bees, a pencil, and a 1/2 inch hole punch. I got this from Stampin' Up! A while back, and it's actually near perfect. You have to punch a couple of times, and I'll show you in a second. But it's pretty much, it does the job, and I love it. And then I'm going to have some distress ink also. Distress ink covers up the flaws on the edges of your paper, so it's perfect to use when you're doing some intricate cutting. Like I said, it just covers the flaws and it's just perfect. So let me go ahead and select some papers and get everything ready. I'll be right back. So I've chosen 2 sheets of paper, design paper that I want to use for my tag. I'm going to be covering front and back. Now for the front, I'm going to be using one of the sheets from the 8x8 paper pad. It's called Beautiful. And then I took a sheet from the 6x6 Patterns and Solids, and I'm actually going to have this part facing up, and I'm going to be putting my adhesive on this side. Okay, so first let's start off with the front of my tag. Okay, so the front of your tag obviously has the smooth surface of the grommet up on top, and the back of your tag basically has the roughed part of the grommet on the back. Okay, so obviously with these tags, the grommet's already pre-positioned on your tag, so you can't take them out and put them back on. So what I do is I take my design paper and a pencil, or the alternative is to take a piece of cardstock and create a template of your tag. I do it either way. It depends if I, lose my template in my crafty mess, then I just end up tracing the tag. Otherwise, I would just use this template and then just trace it on the design paper and then cut it out. But for the sake of the video, I won't use the template. I'll just use my tag. So now this is the front of my tag. This is the back of my tag. The front of your tag and the back of your tag is proportionate. But just in case, I like to always put the tag face down on where the adhesive is going to be on the design paper, if that makes sense. So this is the part of the design paper that I want showing. So I'm going to flip it over, and then I'm going to put my tag face down onto the design paper and then trace. Have you ever been in a situation where you're looking at the back of your design paper saying to yourself, oh my, I do not want to waste that? I run into that situation all the time with Graphic 45 paper because I just love all sides of the paper. But just keep in mind, think of that your end project and try not to think so much of what's going to be hiding behind the paper. Otherwise, you're going to stress yourself out. So what I like to do is not waste any of my paper. So I try to line up my tag as close as possible to the edge of my paper. So what I do is I line up my tag as close to the edge as possible, right up against the edge of the paper, okay, on this side as well as vertically, horizontally and vertically. Okay, and once you've got that down, go ahead and start tracing your tag. Hold it down firmly and trace your tag all the way around with your pencil. Okay, and don't forget the little corner on this side as well. Okay. So now you'll see I have my pencil mark tracing around the edge. It may be a little bit difficult to see because this side of the paper is pretty busy, but when you angle it, you can see the lead of the pencil glow. So it's not so bad. So now when you take your scissors and cut the design paper, you want to cut right on the line, okay? And so just make sure you don't cut outside of it. Usually I just kind of take my time. Now I'm using cutter bee scissors. I love these scissors. I use these scissors to fussy cut also. And I just love them. And remember, if you happen to cut a little too much, not a problem. We're going to be distressing the edge of our tag, so it kind of hides those flaws. You can be using your distress ink to kind of hide those flaws. Okay, and then don't forget your little corner here on the side. Okay, so now that's done. One thing that I forgot to do, but not a problem, all you have to do is just line your tag back up, is I forgot to mark where I'm going to be punching my hole on the tag. Okay, so just line up your tag with the paper and then take your pencil and draw a circle. Basically, you're tracing around where that grommet is on that tag, okay? So it's going to look like this. So you'll see the pencil mark right there. We're going to be using our hole punch. Now let's see if this focuses okay. And we're going to take care of that right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 1/2 inch circle punch, and what I'm going to do is line up the circle that I just traced from the hole of the tag. I'm going to line it up inside the window of my punch, so it's right in the center, and you're just going to eyeball it, okay? So just making sure that the pencil mark is right in the center of your hole punch, okay, and then punch, okay? And then what you want to do first or next is line it up with your tag and see where it's giving a little bit. Okay, so with the 1/2 inch circle punch, and I've tried the 3/4 circle punch, it doesn't work. I've tried a 5/8 circle punch and it's way too big. So I like to use the 1/2 inch, and you just have to punch it a couple of times to get it to fit the grommet perfectly. Okay, so I'm just lining up the tag, and I'm looking at it now, and it looks like there's a little bit off the bottom here that needs to be trimmed just a little bit. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take my circle punch, and I'm going to move it. Let me take this out of the way so that the camera focuses. I'm going to punch a little bit off this side. Can you see that in the window? So I'm going to take the circle punch so that it's going to trim off just a little bit right here on the bottom of what I punched. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So this is how much I took off. Just really little, you guys. You can do it a little at a time just till you get it to fit perfectly. Okay, and once you get a hang of it, it's so fast. Okay, see? Now it's actually quite perfect. You can use your fingernail to kind of push down on it a little bit, but other than that, it's a perfect fit. Okay, so sometimes I'll have to punch a couple of times, maybe 3 times, but this time we only had to do it twice. Okay, so there's the paper, and it looks like when I lay it over, you'll see that there's a little bit of just a really tiny little bit of excess around there, but that's okay. Because we're going to be putting on another sheet on the back side. And then if it really annoys you, you can just line it up and just take your scissors, but we're going to adhere it down before you do any of that. Okay, so before we do adhere it down, and I like to do one side at a time, so I like to have one side finished, and then we'll finish off the other side. So I'm going to take my Distress ink really quick, and this is just Black Soot Distress ink by Ranger, and I'm going to edge the sides of my tags, and this hides the flaws, you guys. So in case your design paper is just a tad too small when you trimmed around it, this Distress ink will kind of hide that, which is really nice. I love Distress ink because crafting is never perfect, you guys. You know, we're never 100% perfect. At least I'm not. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and take the same Distress ink, and I'm going to distress the edges of the design paper I just cut out. Okay, and then don't forget the center. And how I get the center with Distress ink is I just kind of rub a little bit off the corner of my distress tool and just kind of work my way around. Okay, so we have no white edges. All right, so that's done. Now what I'm going to do is adhere the design paper down to the tag. Now you can use whatever adhesive you'd like. A lot of people like to use glue sticks. Glue sticks are cool, works well. Or you can use your quick dry adhesive by Scotch. Or you can use your Mega Runner or your 3M tape glider or whatever you want to do. I'm going to use my Mega Runner by Xyron. I love this thing, you guys. It actually has dotted adhesive and it sticks really, really well. I love it. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and go all the way around, and it's going to be really, really important to focus the adhesive around the hole because you don't want that design paper popping up on you. Okay, so put as much adhesive as you can around there. All right. And again, make sure you have a lot of adhesive going on around the hole, okay, because you don't want that popping up or anything. Okay, so just go ahead and lay that design paper down and make sure that you get it centered nicely over the tag. Okay, perfect. Now what I have here is a bone folder. Got this from bonefolder.com. Love this thing, okay? So take it and push your paper down to the tag and then focus your effort around the grommet hole. Okay, and push down. And there you have it, you guys. So that's how I cover my tags. Let me back up a little bit. Okay, and you'll see here the hole around the grommet is perfect. Okay, and the distress ink again will hide any flaws that you might have. Now all I have to do is cover the back of the tag and we're all done. Okay, so hope this tutorial was helpful. It's been a while since I've put something like this together, but I have received questions about this, and I know there's different tutorials out there, and I think people do this differently, but I just find that this 1/2" circle punch works the easiest for me. So thanks for watching, everyone. Check out the Graphic 45 blog. This month is National Craft Month, so there's a lot of inspiration and tutorials up on the blog. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.